Hey guys, it's Chey. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and if you're not, hey boo. So for today's video, I wanted to play with more new makeup that I got during the Sephora savings event, and this is the look that I created. I did my makeup a little bit differently today, and it was very much inspired by Miss Uche Natori. Now, if you guys do not know who Uche is, she is a UK baddie, okay? And her makeup routines eat, okay? I will say I am getting more of a tan because I have been walking outside, which we love. It's time to get some fresh air. So I'm showing a little bit of skin. The tan is tanning. So if you guys want to see how I created this look and the products that I used, then if you guys like it here, if you like my vibe, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's get into this tutorial using new makeup. All right, so we are starting off the video a little bit differently. We are kind of focusing on a little bit of the skin prep today. So I had these eye patches on for about 20 to 30 minutes, and your girl definitely needed them. These are the COSRX Peptide Collagen Hydrogel eye patches, and I am obsessed with these. I literally use these about 1 to 2 times a week. So I'm just patting in any of that extra serum underneath the eyes, and then I'm gonna add this NATURIUM multi-peptide eye cream. And you don't need a lot of this eye cream. A little bit goes a long way, and it is very hydrating. I use this morning and night, and it has been helping my under eyes completely because I have been suffering at night. So we're gonna go ahead and get into using this DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. Now, I cannot use this on its own because my skin is super oily, but Uche likes to dot it on the face, so that is what we are doing today. So I'm doing about a dot in each quadrant of my face and just rubbing it in. And as you can see, it's starting to lightly mattify the skin, but nothing too crazy. But it also hydrates the skin at the same time, which is literally crazy. But for me, I need to use this next product, which is the DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder. This is the tinted one, and this is in the shade 8.5. And y'all, look at that shade match. It is giving perfect match even with my tan. Okay, so I'm just applying this all over the face, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into some cream bronzer. This is the new NARS cream bronzer stick, and I am trying to mimic Uche's bronzer placement. So she likes to go right there on the eyes and kind of on the bridge of the nose, and keeping the cheeks high and sculpting on the tip. Nothing too crazy. She doesn't do her nose contour super precise, so I'm really just trying to maintain that. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this out after I finish putting it on my upper lip. And yeah, so here we are blending it out. I'm starting with that outer eye crease, and as you can see, it's all blending really nicely. I absolutely love the tone of this bronzer. It's not too dark, it's not too warm, it's literally the perfect shade. I feel like this is the liquid version of the Rare Beauty powder bronzer. It's so amazing, and the tone I'm obsessed with. So as you can see, I'm not having any issues blending, and it's giving me that soft bronze where I look like I've been kissed by the sun, and I'm definitely here for it. Using a bronzer with the right undertone definitely makes a difference when it comes to your makeup. So we're just continuing to blend that jawline because we are going for a snatched look. Okay, so next we're gonna go into concealer, and we're gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Concealer. You don't really need a lot of that, but y'all know I am a full coverage girl. Okay, we are putting on that makeup, so I am going pretty light-handed with it. Normally I add the concealer right under the cheek, but Uche doesn't do that, so we're just going to add the concealer on the nose and a little bit on the forehead. And of course we are going to blend that out with a sponge. Okay, I personally love using a sponge with this concealer because it kind of shears it out a little bit and just makes sure that my under eyes look flawless. So as you can see, everything is blending really nicely, and I really love this concealer. And with whatever's left over on the sponge, we're just going to use that to cut underneath the cheek. So for foundation, we are taking the HMB Silky Matte Weightless Foundation. Now this is a soft matte formula, and I love to pull this out whenever I want a good glam. Okay, this foundation is really smoothing, it's blurring, it's lightweight, and my skin looks phenomenal in it. So I'm just using this and basically applying it all over the face. At first I was just gonna go around the bronzer, but I was like, you know, we just gonna go all over because I want to make sure that everything is nice and blended. Even taking that foundation on to the lid just to make sure that everything, you know, is cohesive. So we're just taking a little bit more of that cream bronzer and just enhancing that because I love a good bronze moment. And for me, bronzer really does help shape my face. So we're just going to continue to blend that out. And as you can see, it's still giving that sun-kissed glow, and the skin is giving bronze. Like, I felt super bronzed in this makeup look, and I am obsessed. Okay, and once that's all nice and blended, we are going to work on the blush. I'm going to be taking this Huda Beauty liquid blush in Strawberry Latte, and this is more of a rosewood blush color, so it's like a pinky brown. But y'all, I thought that this was going to be a little bit more pigmented, and it's very glowy, and y'all know I have oily skin, so I was a little nervous. It is pretty sheer, so I didn't really build it up or anything, so I don't know if letting it sit down would help. So now I'm taking a brightening concealer from Charlotte Tilbury and just adding this in the center part of the face and letting that dry down. So I'm taking this itty bitty liquid blush from Huda Beauty in Ooh Baby or Ooh Baby. And yeah, as you can see, it is a very sheer pink, but I felt like it just needed more pink for the blush. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and blend out this concealer. We're really focusing it close to the eye area, and we're adding a little bit on it to the lid, and this is what we're going to use for eyeshadow base today. So I'm just making sure everything is nice and blended. So once we have the concealer blended, we're going to go ahead and take our One Size translucent powder and set the T-zone because we are going to get started on this eyeshadow. So as you can see, this One Size powder is super blurring and smooth, and it really does help control my oils. So we're going to be taking the DANESSA MYRICKS Freedom palette. So this is the neutral one, and we're going to start with this warm brown, and this is a beautiful warm brown. It almost reminds me of my bronzer that I applied, and as you can see, it is very pigmented. Then I'm going to cut the crease using the Color Fix liquid pigment in Bunny. I was going for more of a pinky kind of look, and I wanted to play with it. So it does dry down pretty fast, so you do have to kind of work quickly with this because DANESSA does not play. These eye bases are waterproof, so just keep that in mind. I would recommend doing one eye at a time, and then I'm just going back into that warm brown and just using that to diffuse the edges. And this is really cute on its own, but y'all know me, I am a shimmer girl, so we're just gonna add a little bit of pink first. And I thought the pink was gonna be a lot lighter, but it is more of a dusty mauve, and I'm just using that to set the lid. And now we're going into the pink shimmer, and this pink shimmer is super bright. I wasn't expecting the shimmer to be as bright as it is, but I love a good glam moment, so I didn't mind it too much. And I wanted a little bit more pink, so I went with the Color Fix in Duo number 5, and I took the foil shade in Astra and just applied that on. And as you can see, I wanted a lot more pink, so I'm just using it directly on to the lid to give me the color that I wanted, and it did what it needed to do. Now to add a little bit of depth, we're taking the black, and as you can see, it is a very pigmented black. A little bit goes definitely a long way, so we're just being very careful when it comes to using this black, and we're just going to blend that out with the same brown we've been using. And as you can see, everything is blending really nicely. So then we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of liquid liner. I'm pretty much just lining the lash line, no wing or anything, and then I'm just going to take these lashes from TikTok and prep those, and then we're going to go ahead and set the bronzer. This is the NARS Laguna bronzer in Laguna 6. So I do have Laguna 8 because I thought it would be more of a neutral undertone, but I really love this bronzer combo using the cream and the powder, and it just complements my skin tone so well. And as you can see, everything is blending really nicely. So I'm taking that same powder bronzer on my nose, and she's giving bronze goddess. So now we're baking with that translucent powder, and we're doing a little bit of reverse nose contour, and the nose is looking nice and snatched. And then we're going to snatch up these cheekbones, okay? And I don't know if you guys can see, but the cheeks do have a slight glow, so I'm just going to take that translucent powder right there in that blush area, and we're popping on the lashes. And I love these lashes. So if you guys don't follow me on TikTok, make sure that you do so that you can get these lashes. So now we're going to set the blush, and we're taking the Strawberry Latte palette, and I mixed the 3 matte blushes together because I couldn't choose. So we just added all 3, and the color was really pretty, but I was expecting it to be a little bit more pink. So I'm just going into this House Labs blush, and as you can see, this is a bright bubblegum pink, and I'm just using that to kind of blend it just so that we have a nice gradient. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the lower lash line. I'm just taking this black liner from Sephora collection. As you can see, it is literally just melting into my waterline like butter. So I didn't have any issues with this eyeliner. And then we're just going to take the same shades and blend that out. So I kind of smudged out that black liner first, and then we're just going to take our bronzer and just blend out that lower lash line. So now we're getting ready to prep for the lip combo. So I'm just wiping off my lip balm and setting the lips with pressed powder, and then we're just dusting off that bake because I don't want to leave the face baking for too long. So we're just dusting it off using the Makeup Forever HD Skin Powder Foundation. Then to dust away that inner corner, we're taking this powder foundation from Sephora collection, and as you can see, it gives that beautiful brightness that I love. So now we're just lining the lips. This is ColourPop Pitch, and as you can see, it is your basic chocolate brown lip liner. And I really need to pull out my products from ColourPop because this was such a beautiful lip liner. So next we're going to go ahead and take this Anastasia Lip Velvet. Y'all, I am obsessed with these Anastasia Lip Velvets. This is in the shade Peachy Nude. And then we're going to go ahead and top this off with Huda Beauty Ooh Baby Lip Gloss. And I was obsessed with this lip combo. So now we are finishing up the brows because normally I'm a brows before base type of girl, but Uche does her base and then she does her eyes and brows towards the end. So that's what I did, and my brows came out pretty soft. Now I do prefer more of a sculpt because I feel like I had to be a lot more careful not messing up the brows since I already had makeup on, but I just tried to follow my shape that I like to have, which is more straight. And I'm just taking a brow pen just to go over and make those more hair-like strokes. So we're going to be taking this Too Faced Makeup Insurance Setting Spray. And y'all, this has been sitting in my collection for who knows how long, but I wanted to use her and she did her thing because the face stayed on, okay? So I'm just pressing that setting powder all over the skin and she's looking smooth, she's looking blurred, and I am obsessed. So we're just adding a little bit more highlighter. So I like to do just a tiny bit of highlight on the nose, nothing too crazy. And this is the final look, doing my makeup like Miss Uche Natori, but using all new products from Sephora. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.